From Ford Video Guy Studio in Salina, Kansas, it's McArthur Live with Tim Bartz and Sarah Davis. For all the information on ordering and production, Ford news, recalls, debunking all the fake news on social media, and whatever's on their mind, here's your hosts, Tim and Sarah. Welcome in, everybody. How is it going? We are episode 180 tonight. And so we are fresh back from going on a trip to Florida. We're going to talk more about that later. But hope you guys are having a great night. And don't forget, we're recording this as a podcast, so you can find it on your favorite podcasting streaming platform. Or if you're listening to it there and want to see it live, we do have a few images tonight. And then you can also see our wonderful Ford's Garage hats that Sarah and I got from our trip. So anyway, hope you guys are here. And I see some people in the chat there we saw this weekend. So it was a lot of fun. We're I knew we had a lot of like followers of the channel in Florida and such. I didn't realize when we got there how many of those people had purchased vehicles from us.
Oh, so
that
many.
Are from Florida as well. I was so shocked. Florida, a couple of them were Florida/Maine, however you guys did your deal. But anyway, but it was fun to see that.
Yeah.
And so we have some big Florida following. And let me tell you, I felt welcome there because the Broncos that we saw there had cloth tops. Just saying. So maybe I just I want to be in Florida. That's why I have a cloth top on my Bronco. I don't know. But anyway.
We have good weather.
Yes, very good weather. So 80 degrees while we were there. Shorts, t-shirts. We were having a wonderful time enjoying the weather there. And then we come back to, I think it was 30 degrees yesterday, wind chill, whatever. But we're supposed to get like 8 to 10 inches of snow tomorrow, and be really cold. So they've already canceled school for tomorrow.
Yes, they have. They send it out in an email, a text, and then they also will send it out through the teachers.
Yeah.
So I got an email, a text, and a message from the teacher. It's not like the old days where you had to watch the news.
I got to pour my beverage of choice tonight in my cup here.
Like we would sit there and watch the news while getting ready to see if school was canceled.
Yeah, we used to hit that look for the little timer.
Yeah. Hope it was canceled, and if not, you're ready.
Well, for us, I remember when you guys were little that they would wait till the morning of.
That's what I mean. Like we would be getting ready, and Mom would have the news going, and we would sit there after we were ready and just watch and wait and hope.
Yep. All right, we're ready tonight here. So you guys heard the music earlier. I've got people whistling it now, but anyway, but yeah, there we go. That was anyway. It is what it is, right? We're ready. It's one of those things for me. It's like it's one of two things. It's okay, I want to get the Bronco out in the snow again, but then I have to shovel my drive. So I don't know. All right. So some of you I think might have sneaked a peek of what I was drinking right there because I actually brought this over. You could see it. All right, we'll see anybody caught that, but no go back. Anyway, we'll talk later of our topic about, not just the event we went to, but how to get involved into communities and groups in your area, right? And go to events and hang out with whatever brand you're into, or model, whatever if it's Maverick, Bronco, if it's EV, like your Lightnings and your Mach-E's, there's groups for that as well. Whatever it might be, we're going to talk more about that later and enjoy that. And got some news today. I actually threw it out there on Twitter and or on X, on X and Threads. So you might have caught that. We'll talk about that as well, because a couple weeks ago, we couldn't order Lightning. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and what's going on there. And so yeah, so a lot of good new stuff here, and getting into some of the fun stuff as well tonight. And yeah, I think a lot of people enjoyed yesterday's video, Maverick video.
Yes. I haven't watched it yet.
So I'm getting a lot of comments about it. And so I appreciate those that watched and have commented. And yeah, the comments help. The comments, the likes do help the video
Thank
content
you.
get out to more people. So I do appreciate that. So if you see watch the shorts and such, make sure you hit that thumbs up and hit that heart or whatever it is on there. And yeah, so anyway, appreciate that. But all right, now speaking of that, don't forget, make sure you're subscribed, bell notification turned on. If you're in here, you're new to the channel. We might have gotten a couple of new people. I think Jack put it out there. We're going to talk about this. So we did meet some new people in Florida.
Yes.
So hopefully they're going to be in here, and so it'll be a lot of fun. And so we might have some new people in here. So hit that smash that subscribe button and the notification bell. So anyway, we're going to finally be able to actually do some videos later. We'll talk about videos coming up. But yeah, don't forget about that. Oh, we do have a merch site. So if you want any merch, you can do that right now. We're starting tomorrow. There is a discount of 22% off everything in our merch. So from starting tomorrow through the 17th. So it goes through the weekend to next Monday. So so if you wanted some of that Ford guy video guy merch, I told you to hold off. It's time. 22% off. Not sure what that. It's kind of weird. Sometimes they'll do 15% or 20, 25, but 22% off. Not sure what's going on.
That's weird. That's what, tomorrow or today?
Starts tomorrow through the 17th. So
okay.
Anyway, there you go. And then, of course, check out for our website for any news. If you want to contact us directly, you can go off through our website, FordVideoGuyMedia.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all good stuff there. All right. So this last week, we had some pretty good videos that went live. Last Wednesday, we had our Built Wild Wednesday, which is about Bronco and Bronco Sport. We talked about the Broncos out on our lot and the major rebates and deals going on. Of course, we have a lot of rebates and we have more discounts we put on our vehicles. But we have Broncos out there that are like 10 grand off, 12 if you are a Jeep owner. Some huge, big savings there. I mean, it really enticed me to want to get something. And I think we're just lowered them down tonight. In fact, I already priced those. We're pricing tonight. I already priced the Broncos and Bronco Sports. We even have Bronco Sports that are 10 grand off. You want a Heritage Edition?
I do.
It's like 10 grand off right now. It'll get down close enough that you
not
want
enough. I need to be like 30 to 40.
Maybe have equity in your vehicle.
I do, but it's only like $10,000, and we don't want another car payment. So,
oh, hun, I found out over time you'll have a car payment, whether it be in repairs or it be in actually payment.
Hey, you know what?
Anyway, but yeah, so that video went live. Super Duty Saturday, we talked about you can still get a super cab configuration. So I talked about how you can get a super cab and regular cab, what trim levels it's available in, that kind of thing. And then yesterday for Maverick Monday, we went over the 8-inch productivity screen. So, and I did talk about the video was more about the productivity screen than it was like how to activate, lane keeping system. But I had forgotten because I was in an XLT that the Lariat button is in a different place than it is on the XLT. So I didn't catch that. And some people posted that down in the comments. So I appreciate them doing that. Because on the Lariat, it's actually on the steering wheel where your lane centering is. So it's right there. Whereas it's on the stock at the end on the XLT. Anyway, but also the, letting people know about the drive modes and such and some other things. So I think it was enlightening. So. And then upcoming videos, real soon, we're going to be doing F-150 Lightning. We're going to cover Job 2 changes. I know that I talked about it in the live stream here about some of those changes, but I want to talk about them because it's something we're going to talk about later. And then we'll finally be able to, I don't know if you guys caught this, but I hadn't done any build and price videos on that because they hadn't really made any, you couldn't order one, right? You couldn't order one, you couldn't get one. So I was waiting. But this week we're going to put together those videos on all 5 of the trim levels. And then, of course, don't forget, we'll also have a Built Wild Wednesday and a Super Duty Saturday video and Maverick Monday for next week as well. So a lot of videos coming in the next week. So anyway, all right. What else? About it?
I think so.
Yep. And then, of course, membership. Want to talk about that?
Yeah,
We do have membership on our channel.
we do. If you'd like to join us, it is right there. It's that join button beside the subscribe button. If you're an Apple user, you do have to do things differently. So you need to go to your web browser, go up to the little a and big A, request desktop browser, and at that point you should be able to see it. You can find all of our member content under the membership or community tabs, or now they allow you to see it on the main page as well on our home tab.
Well, I made that available, so you could in the past. So what you'll see is, and even everybody will be able to see that there's membership content there, but they won't be able to actually view it. They'll be able to see the thumbnail, but won't be able to view them unless you're a member. Okay. So it's kind of a teaser for me. Anyway, all right, but let's get into this. What's here? Right. Before we get into the member shout outs, because some of our member content is shout outs on the live stream, but what's in Tim's cup? And could do what's in Sarah's cup too. And
you all know what's in this one.
Did you see I posted that for the members? Like what's in Tim's cup when it was okay. Which drink do you think is Tim's and which do you think is Sarah's?
Yeah.
So, and I don't think a lot of people commented. A couple of people did.
Yeah.
Somebody got it right, but so I got a chocolate shake, milkshake, and you got the Ford Blue Oval Margarita. Yep. So, anyway, so that was fun. But what's in Tim's cup tonight? You guys guess that? Why we do member shout outs.
All right.
Which is what we do on the live stream. And we also do other member content too. So we do a member lot walk on Thursdays and a live stream on Fridays too. So a lot of membership.
On the Fridays we're here.
On the Fridays we're here, yeah. So. And if we're not here, we usually do something else. And I didn't actually. So
I have a short to post for the members, but I haven't been able to post it.
I thought I posted it.
Maybe you did post it.
I don't know.
Oh no, I gave it to you, I think.
I think we posted it. Anyway. But yeah, we try to.
I took a picture and I was like, "Oh, I'll post this for members." Oh yeah, I can't do that. Share it to my Instagram.
Hey, we'll talk later why I probably didn't post a lot of stuff during the event, but yeah, we'll get more into that later. All right. Later.
So to start us off, a new member, Tom Barber.
Yeah,
Tom is a new member as of tonight. Oh, all right. So we're gonna go with Ridgeview, our wonderful moderator and host this past week.
Yes.
Or weekend. He helps us keep the chatting and clean and everything. So we also have Niles, who's a moderator in our in-house aftermarket. Do you know if he'll be here tonight?
I don't.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out for him. He's Niles Gridley, and if you have any aftermarket questions, go ahead and tag him. If he pops in, we'll see him. We have at Ford Enthusiast. Hey, Tim and Sarah, love the hats. Got to check out the Ford garage near me and got one.
Cool. Yes.
All right. We have Ronald Smith. Good evening. We have Timothy. Howdy from upstate New York. Anyone else getting sick of this winter weather, or is it just me?
Yeah. Ask me in a week, and I will tell you I'm with you probably by then.
We have Rob. Good evening, all. Patricia. I just watched yesterday's Maverick Monday. Super helpful. Thanks, Tim. All right. My keyboard is not wanting to keyboard tonight, so touchscreen it is. Hello from cloudy and cool Southern California. A major, for us, rainstorm will be rolling in later this week. We have R. Quib. Hi, Hi, folks. Had a little trip for friends, fun, and a burger. So they made it home.
I had gator. You had snow crab legs
Yep.
the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I had gator, and then at the Ford's Garage, what did I have?
I had a burger. You
I
had
had the
burnt ends,
Yes, I had the burnt ends. It was really
sandwich without bread.
good. Yes, that
Yeah.
bread. Yeah.
We have Alan. Evening all. Hope everyone is having a great day. We have Ghosting. Good evening all. Jack Evans. Oh, you changed your graphic. Hello, Long McCarr crew. Happy Tuesday. Ford enthusiasts. Hello, everyone. Chris is here. Hey, everyone. Hope y'all are keeping safe and warm. Woke up to 23 degrees in Seattle today. We have Gino. Hi, friends.
Saw Gino this weekend.
Yeah. Vols, based on the members only picks, the Ford's Garage meetup looked like a home run. Props to you, Tim and Sarah, for sponsoring an awesome get together. I don't feel like we even sponsored it. We just said, hey, we
No.
want to come down and see you guys, and you
And
guys
they-
got to put
the-
together.
Yeah, they delivered, man. They came out.
Well, and then we were sitting there, and we even had one. We'll talk about it later. Mike 52G, hey guys, can't wait to hear about Florida. Lisa says hi all. She's waiting for Maverick information for 24. Bucko, good evening, everyone. There we go. Mike M. Here in East Tennessee, we are in a monsoon, but at least it's not rain. Looks like people had fun in Florida.
Okay, so monsoon, but not rain.
I don't get that.
Maybe he meant not snow.
Oh.
I don't know. I think this time around, I don't think we're supposed to get rain before we get the snow. Or are we? I don't know.
No, it's just supposed to be straight up snow. Luckily.
Let's see.
We have Mid Coast Maine. Hello. Bucko says, what's in that Tim's cup is Mountain Dew. Ridgeview agrees with the Mountain Dew. We have Clarence, slowly recovering from a huge back surgery, waiting on hip cuts Friday, so I think I'm not going to too many get-togethers. Still need Ford to fix my battery problem. So, you should be hearing about that soon. But we'll keep you in our prayers and hope for a speedy recovery for you.
Yeah, and I think that there were people who told me already they got a letter already about the battery. So I don't know.
We have RagnarCon. I like to pretend I'm allergic to car payments. Unless the word Bronco is on that car loan, then suddenly I'm immune. Magic, basically. So let's see. We also have Steve Young. What's in Sarah's cup? Some kind of Red Bull. Does it have wings? Well, this one's Red Bull. Let's see. Some kind of Mountain Dew for your cup. All right. I'm going back. You guys are chatting. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right, I think I got everyone. Yep, we got everyone.
All right. Okay. So let's move right along and get into the mail here. I got a couple things that came in.
Oh.
Trying to do patch swaps.
Mike clarified. He said, sorry, he's glad that it's not snow. So it's monsoon. They're in the middle of a monsoon, but at least it's not snow.
Okay. So here's some stickers, patches that I got from someone in Michigan. And so you can kind of see there's here. Pretty cool.
Is that?
And
no, it looks like
the magnet says you have a Bronco friend in Michigan.
Oh, that's cool.
And then what's it say? Every little thing gonna be all right.
I like their stickers. Where'd they get theirs?
and then a Bronco there, and then there's their. Let me see it through the plastic. There's their state patch, which is pretty cool.
I want their social.
You just have to wait until on Instagram, and it's Sass B.
Sassy bee.
Hey Tim, hi Tim. Thank you for the swap. Look forward to my mailbox. Well, you do actually send them the patches. You know, I give you that information.
Yes, but
So
not
hopefully-
their social information. You just give me their address and name.
So hopefully you're sending those back out to them.
Yes.
All right, listen. Here's
Maybe not the
from-
ones you've sent me since Florida, but
This one's from Arizona. I just got one today. We need to make sure, double check. Huh. All right. Oh, I got 2 patches on this one. Wow. They're nice.
I get one then, right?
They're different. So I like the state one. So they got Arizona, which I think is the first Arizona state patch that I've gotten. And then their Bronco. So this is Desert Zamboni.
Desert Zamboni.
And then their stickers, all their stickers in here. Thanks for the swap. Stay safe, says. And let's look that up. So they have all kinds. So they have the Arizona, the Bronco in it. They got their patch. And then, of course, just like with the patches, the stickers that go along with it. And then Team Two-Door says, with a sticker and a magnet. It says Team Two-Door. I don't have a two-door, but that's all right. Team Two-Door. And then it's their card. The state
Oh, yeah.
on the back. So anyway, pretty cool. So lots of stickers and patches. So we'll get those on the old board over there. All right. Okay. You got a good dealer?
In 2 shakes of a tail, I should.
So I do have Mountain Dew. But I was drinking this Mountain Dew earlier for the meeting, but I didn't think there's enough in there to get me through a whole live stream. So I went, that's code red for those that are listening on the podcast. But yes, I do have Mountain Dew in the cup, and I poured it in. I don't know if anybody saw, but I was like this earlier, and I was trying to put the cap on. Anyway, so that's
All
what's
right.
in there. I don't know. You probably have water in that.
Yes. I keep water in my big cups. I don't like them to get sticky. If I put other drinks in it, I have to wash them more often.
Yeah.
So
Called doing the dishes.
water only.
All right. You got a good dealer?
I just said, yeah.
Juan McArthur?
Should we go with Molinex?
I don't know. They wanted us to go see Molinex. I'm like, I don't know. I don't.
Molinex wanted us to come see them.
I'm a little nervous to go into some other, another dealership. You never know if they're gonna like us or not. All right. Good dealers will like us. Bad dealers won't.
All right.
Ready?
Yes. All right. I got a short one tonight. This is in Oracle, Arizona. Oro Ford. The sales associate is Frank Martinez. Great dealer, no add-ons, and sales tax is 2% less than the Tucson sales tax. Isn't it by your area?
Depends. I like for us, if they're from Kansas, they have to do our sales tax regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And then if their tax is more than ours, then when you go to tag it, then a lot of times you'll have to pay the difference.
Oh.
So,
That's interesting.
but if theirs is lower than ours, they don't get money back.
Right. And then we don't charge out-of-state tax. We're not allowed to.
Correct.
Okay. Well, great dealer, no add-ons. Frank Martinez at Oro Ford in Oracle, Arizona.
All right. Well, we're going to just dive right into scheduling questions Q&A. Now, as you know, we did get the scheduling video. Should have went live, I would assume. Hopefully, you guys saw it. Did it go live? Yeah, it went live. I always have somebody that they try to be the first to comment, and they always say go forward. So when I see that comment, I know it's live. So they always post that in there. So anyway, so I know that's live. So that went live at 6:30, 30 minutes before the live stream started. So almost an hour ago with the scheduling information. So just what I like to do is so that I can let questions come in there and get in there. So go ahead and drop your questions if you have any on scheduling, if you have an unscheduled order. So I will do a quick recap on scheduling that I went over earlier. I won't go over all the numbers and everything, but just kind of what's going on. This is the first week of scheduling for the new allocations that dealers earned from February to be used for April production dates for most models. And so a lot of those, I didn't put those numbers of how many we have on each. Some of them I have memorized, but Mustang is about everything. Yeah, actually, all but one model is scheduling this week. Mustang is scheduling, and about all these are retail only for the first week. That's typically how that works. So Mustang is retail only. And I remember we have a few allocations, I think, of Mustang. We always have at least one of every model. Even if we get more than that, and we're like, we don't really need them, we'll at least take one in case we get a retail order. Escape is scheduling as well. Again, retail only. I don't know. I think we have a few allocations on that one. 25 Bronco Sport is scheduling as well. Retail, again, retail only. I think we have one allocation on Bronco Sport because we have a ton in stock right now. So if you want a 25 Bronco Sport, we got them, except for the Badlands. But I got one coming. Bronco is scheduling this week, and it's saying retail only, retail and Raptor and Strop Bronco only. So I'd love to see. We have 2 Strop Bronco orders, and neither one have gotten scheduled yet. I'm actually kind of disappointed in that. But anyway, so we'll see some of that. We have 3 Bronco Raptor allocations this month. So if you want to put in a Bronco Raptor order with us, don't forget we're doing invoice pricing, no matter what that invoice might be. Anyway, I won't say any more than that. Let's see what else. Mach-e is scheduling retail only as well. I think we have one or two allocations for that. Explorer is scheduling as well as startup of job 3 with the lower prices, but without the spare tires. But you can add it as optional equipment. So yeah, we have a bunch of Explorer orders or allocations. I think we got like 12. So a bunch. Expedition is not scheduled this week, but they are getting loaded up for scheduling for next week. Maverick is scheduled this week as well. Retail only 2. There are a couple constraints, which I really didn't expect any constraints this first week, but the tire, Bronco Sport as well. So the tire that's on the Big Ben, the outer, wait a minute, let me see. On the Bronco Sport Big Ben Heritage Edition freewheeling, that's the same tire that's also on the XL and XLT Maverick. That's the Continental tire. That's typically kind of a constraint just because they're Continental can't make enough for them. So that's typically sometimes why an XL XLT won't get scheduled, even if a dealer has allocations. We have 6 Maverick allocations. I think we have 1 retail order right now. So we actually had to put in some stock orders. We put some in this week, but it's retail only, so they won't get used. Next, let's see, Ranger is scheduled this week. Raptor as well as retail only orders, and we do have 1 Raptor allocation. So I have some information on that I can share in just a little bit. But there are constraints on the 2.7 engine as well as the standard Raptor wheel. So if you are Raptor order holder out there, hopefully you have the beadlock wheel, the optional wheel. That'll help you. With that said, though, the last time we saw this constraint on a certain thing like the beadlock, that was the only orders that we had that got scheduled. So it's hard to tell. When they say limited exhausted availability, they have certain number they can fulfill, and they'll go ahead and fulfill those with, and I don't know how they decide which dealers get that, but then the rest of them won't get that option. So anyway, I don't know. Anyway, and so, I can share that about the Raptor. So here's the deal with Ranger Raptor. So there are a lot of dealers in 2024 that didn't get the allocation that they earned for the 24 model year. And probably most of them are U300 dealers. And because of that, the first couple months, because last month we got 0 allocations and this month only 1, So we kind of questioned that, and they said, well, what happened is that we had a bunch of 24s that we owed to dealers, so we needed to make sure we honored those first, and then we can start push into what dealers earn. So we'll start seeing a lot more Ranger Raptor allocation starting next month for May production. So I've been told we're going to see some big numbers for Ranger Raptor in coming months after this month. So those of you that have Ranger Raptor orders with us, just bear with us for one more month. But we should be able to get those orders fulfilled pretty quickly, like in big chunks. Hopefully. 25 Super Duty scheduling as well for the first half of for March and the first week in April. Really, there are some constraints. Platinum editions, very limited, exhausted. The XL version with the flow-through console for Super Cab and Crew Cab, and the 360-degree dual beacon LED warning light. So that would be on most of your, like some fleet vehicles, that would order that. Also, the standard XLT single rear wheel also is a constraint. So anyway, a few others there too. F-150 is scheduled this week. Let's see. They did remind dealers that if Raptor base 801A is retail only availability, so dealers can't put that as a stock. So if they get Ranger allocations for base Rangers, what did I just say? Rangers for base Raptor F-150s, they wouldn't have to put any of those stock in the 802 or get some retail orders for those 801As, which 802A why would you not want to stock a Raptor 37 anyway? But there's that. There are some required there. Ford's really needing some 2.7 liter orders. I'm just saying that right out the get go. Anyway, for XL, STX, and XLT, they also need some 3.5 hybrid orders as well on XLT, Lariat, and Platinum. So they also did remind dealers to make sure they add that max trailer tow axle to their tow haul packages too. Tonneau covers, take them off. And also another one that's going to be probably difficult to get scheduled is the 5.0. But they'll schedule some, so you could still get that. And then let's see what else. The 6-inch extended board limit availability. That's the one that's included in the bed utility package. And then Transit, they are scheduling as well this week, and not major constraints any of those. Just the digital rear view mirror and the 5th row bench seat. But anyway, so there you go. Since I've kind of done a recap on that, got any questions on that?
I don't think we have too many. All right.
I think a lot of people are starting to drop those in those videos now.
Yeah.
Because I get a lot of comments on the video itself. So
yeah.
So we'll probably see less of that, shortening our live streams here, but. And
Okay.
we can continue to take questions, even if we moved on to dealer news or whatever. You can still drop those questions. We'll come back and answer those questions. So,
yeah. If the Sasquatch, are the Sasquatch wheels and tires off the 25 Bronco Sport? Will they fit on a Ford Maverick? No.
I believe they have the same bolt pattern.
Yeah.
So no matter what wheel you get on a Bronco Sport, whether it be a Sasquatch or not, they should fit on a Maverick. So
as long as they have the same bolt pattern,
I think they have the same bolt pattern on Maverick and Bronco Sport. No matter which one you have. So
I think that's why so many people liked that they have the same bolt pattern, because you can interchange the Bronco Sport and the Maverick wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That is all I had. I have a lot of comments tagged, but it's all chat for our main topic.
Okay. Getting into the dealer news, there's a few things in here. One of them that was sent out to dealers saying, don't forget, it says the 2025 continued offers for Ford Pass Rewards members. It said Ford Pass Rewards members can continue to redeem points in 2025 for the following offers below. Members must claim their offer code by December 31st of 2025. All codes expire March 31st of 2026. So it's just a reminder that Bronco Nation merchandise and membership, you can use Ford Pass points for that. And it does in here, members will see one $25 offer code tile and one $50 offer code tile that can be redeemed and applied at checkout. So you can go to gear.thebronconation.com to redeem points there. Don't forget, you can use your Ford Pass Rewards points for a Bronco off rodeo. So that is something probably for us to remind people that it says in here that select members, probably those that have points, only applies to Bronco owners who have taken delivery of their qualifying vehicle. Will see redemption offer tiles valued at $50, $150, or $200. And now that that's at $195 for that second person, you could use your Ford Pass points. And if it's dollar for dollar, think about that. You should get about $200 of points. Well, actually, they did change that recently, but you can knock down and get almost that second person for free. Plus, if you buy Bronco from us, we'll pay for your way to get there as well. So, man, that's a great way to get to Bronco off rodeo and almost cost nothing for you except for like maybe meals or whatever.
There's another benefit to buying a Bronco.
Yeah. Sirius XM as well. You can use, there's several different offers for that as well. There's members will see a $100 offer code tile and one $50 offer code tile that can be redeemed and applied as a credit on a new or existing Sirius XM account. Offer code can be applied as a credit on a new or an existing Sirius XM account. So I think these tiles are actually at their different websites. So they have in here, like I mentioned, gear.thebronconation.com. They also mentioned broncooffrodeo.com and SiriusXM.com. So in there. So anyway, they did actually have links to the different pages where those were talked about in the past. So October 8th, the Bronco Nation, they talked about that and being able to do that. Might check that out because I got a lot of points, but and then Bronco Off Rodeo as well. That in there says that they were launching it. That was launched last summer, but it's still good, I guess. So, and then there's this Ford Pass for Sirius XM, which launched last April. But again, when you purchase a vehicle and you start earning, you get those points, you're going to start seeing some of those show up there. Also, for talking about EV, the Blue Oval Charge Network, they did update. They added a new EV charging chargers to their system there. So they're going to be where you can be able to see those when you go into your account. And that is the Evolution. So they added that one. Evolution, but the E and the V are capital. Anyway, so they added that one. As of February 1st of 2025, owners will now have access to public chargers from the following networks. So it's the Evolution, like we just mentioned, Blink, ChargePoint, Electrified America, Electric Circuit, EV Connect, EV Go, Flow, Ford Charge, Francis Energy, Shell Recharge, Red E, and the Tesla if you have the plug and charge. Now, and it does say which of these are plug and charge. So Electrified America is plug and charge, and so is Tesla. The others aren't plug and charge, but what they're saying is if you look on your map, all those charging networks will be visible on the map. So you can see those. So let's see. Okay, let's talk about price protection. Favorite topic, right? So last week, towards the end of the week, right after the live stream, they came out with a price increase on mid-year price increase on 25 model year F-150. So the all base series prices went up $100. So that would be every trim level went up $100. Also, the 5.0 liter option went up $400. So that's effective February 6th. But anybody that ordered prior to that, don't forget you're price protected. So anyway, what's funny is on this end it says 25 model year up here, but down below it says 24. But it is the PL 550, which is 25 model year. But there you go. The other one just came out yesterday for Ranger and Maverick. You got some Maverick people on here. Ranger all based series, so that'd be XL, XLT, Lariat. They went up $100, probably even Raptor. They went up $100. Your XL hybrid went up $445, and they increased the XLT hybrid to $445. Don't forget, if you've already ordered, you should be price protected. Fight for that from your dealer. Let them know, nope, I'm price protected. to what it was when you ordered. Make sure you keep your order sheets and make sure that they honor that, because Ford is going to reimburse the dealer back. So long as the person that ordered the vehicle buys the vehicle, same name, address, Ford is going to reimburse the dealer back. So it's up to the dealership if they want to give that to the customer or not. But to be honest, I guess they don't have to. Of course, they don't have to sell you the vehicle at MSRP either, right? So, so they have that right. But Ford will price protect it for the dealer. So there you go. There's some. That's $445 on XL and XLT hybrid. So they had some prices that went up. One of the things you'll see is Lariat didn't go up. So they probably had some part issue of some costs that went up. But on Lariat, there's enough markup that they can probably cover up some of that cost. So, but we're on XL and XLT are just those price points. They just can't. They have to pass it on to the customer.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions about any of that?
I don't think so. 1 second. No update on Maverick, correct?
What on Maverick?
24 Maverick.
What about it? 24 Mavericks.
No update on the recall, correct?
Recall. Okay. That's what I was looking for. No, not yet. So.
Okay.
Anyway.
I thought so.
All right. Last week, I didn't have time to look this over, so I went over them this week on the order guide changes at the beginning of the month. There's some models that had some changes to them, and I'd mentioned that I look them over. Now on the Mustang, the order guide did get updated on January 29th. They added they changed the wording, and actually I think I might have mentioned this last week, from road edge detection to road departure warning. So if you're going off the side of the road, it's warning you if you get close to that edge. So they changed that on all the Copilot 360 Assist Plus package detail information on the Mustang. Now, there were a bunch of other ones that updated. I think some of them I did go through. On the Bronco Raptor, they did make some changes on the Shadow Black, and I think I actually talked about this last week, that the Raptor Code Orange appearance package is available with Shadow Black, and that I think wasn't there before, and also the body color painted hardtop. This is not available with Shadow Black. They took that away. So that one, or they updated. So that's in there now, I should say. So it's available with Shadow Black. They also, I think I mentioned this, freewheeling package. They changed that from Black Onyx to Sunset Weave with Black Onyx, because the seat is Sunset Weave. The Bronco, on the Bronco Sport, yeah, I remember talking about this. We did update and let them know that it's not power fold mirrors. And so we let them know that, and they updated it. So it's actually a change that we initiated because we found that. Actually, you guys found that. Somebody messaged me. I didn't find it first. You guys did, but you let me know so I could let them know. On the Edge, or the Escape, this is something they actually did remove the note restricting the military personnel sales for the productive speed assist on ST line Elite and Platinum. So there was a note in there that it wasn't available on military personnel vehicles, and they removed that. So it is on those.
Interesting.
Yeah. Kind of weird one. Expedition, they did a couple changes. One is they added the word heated to the Tremor leather wrapped steering wheel. So it is heated. Also, I noticed, which I think I mentioned that last week, but something that I found while going through them, also on the standard equipment on the XL, which carries over to the Active, that it's overhead console with sunglass storage. So, which to some people is important. I know that I put my sunglasses in my overhead bin on my mach-e. So, they also added the power wording. So now it says power panoramic vista roof, where it's located in the order guide, and so they added that. It didn't say power before, so now it does. So that way you know that it's a power twin panel roof. So it's not just the power, just not a sunshade with the panoramic roof. It's actually a power roof, right? Twin panel roof. So wherever it's located, especially like on Tremor and such, in some of those locations. Now, Maverick Lobo, they made some changes. I didn't let you guys know what was changed on there. And actually, it's not I don't feel like it's a significant change. So what they did was on a standard Lobo, which is your 402A, they removed the LED box lighting. That is now part of the 702A package. So it's not part of 402A. So if you have that, we're expecting that, you're not going to get it. It's included in with your ambient lighting and LED box lighting on your 702A. So on Lobo, 702A will see it, but not 402A. So, and on the F-150, the Tremor, they added the wording leather wrap steering wheel instead of premium wrapped. Premium wrap usually means it's ActiveX, but on the Tremor, it's actually a leather wrapped steering wheel. So just some little things. Like I said, may not make much difference to some people, but to some others, I can tell you, it's a big deal.
All right.
Anything else before we go on to recalls?
Yes.
You do have a question?
I don't think so. Nope, just more little chats. Any way to upgrade the passenger seat in the 2025 Maverick? Are you talking from
I
manual
assume you're wanting power. No. I mean, I guess where there's a will, there's a way, right? But I would say no.
Not through ordering.
Not from the factory, and probably not from the dealer. You can actually get heated seats aftermarket.
Yes.
We've added heated seats to a lot of our vehicles, a little heated control that can be put in there and a heating element underneath. So technically you can add heated seats, but not power typically.
Yes.
So
unfortunately.
So like some of those people with the Maverick, that luxury package, maybe they only want the luxury package for the heated seats. It's probably a lot cheaper to just get it aftermarket and get heated seats installed with a little button than it is to just get the whole package if they don't need.
See, I went luxury just specifically for a power seat on the driver's side.
Yeah.
But I get why you want it on the passenger side. The passenger side sits so much higher up.
Yeah. All right. Recall.
I get it.
All right. So there's a lot of recalls that have to do with the instrument panel cluster. I don't know what's happened this week, but we have some major issues. And not actually a lot of vehicles affected by it, but just a lot of different ones. So this one here is, and now this is compliance, not safety. Compliance recall 25C02 for 25 model year Corsair, Escape, and Bronco Sport vehicles. And it affects 298 vehicles on this recall. And so it says the reason for this compliance recall: some of the affected vehicles may not conform to the requirements specified by the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard 101 controls and displays, or 102 transmission shift position sequence, starter interlock, and transmission braking effect, or number 108 lamps, reflective devices, and associated equipment, 126 electronic stability control systems, 135 light vehicle brake systems, 138 tire pressure monitoring systems, 208 occupant crash protection, and 305 electric powered vehicles, electrolyte spillage, and electric shock protection. During the instrument panel cluster assembly, a piece of installation tape was placed in the incorrect location. A short circuit can develop, causing the IPC to go blank or black. This can lead to an increased risk of a crash. So I said on this, it affects Corsair, Escape, Bronco Sports for 25 model year. Now, the breakdown of when your vehicle was made, and you should be able to find this on your window sticker at the bottom. On the Corsair and Escape, let's just break these up. Corsair, between December 6th of 2024 through December 18th of 2024. Escape, December 6th of 24 through December 13th of 2024. And on the Bronco Sport, November 29th of 2024 through December 13th of 2024. So again, only 298 vehicles affected by this. So before demonstrating, or actually, it does say that people that are affected by this will get a mailed letter this week. So anyway, There you go. And that is an actual, and like I say, compliance recall is a little bit different than a safety recall. So it's not like something like it does say in here that before demonstrating or delivering any new in-stock vehicles involved in this recall, dealers are to replace the IPC. So the parts are available now. So it's not something that they can get that and replace that. So on that one there. So this next one, actually, maybe I'll skip around so I can cover all those. All right, so this next one's on 24 model year Mustang, and it has to do with that. This one's 6,193 vehicles built between May 10th of 24 through August 20th of 24. And affected vehicles may not conform to the requirements specified by the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard. And again, it's number 101, 102, 108, 126, 135, 138, and 208, like we just mentioned. Same situations. Customers may experience a black instrument panel cluster screen while driving or upon vehicle startup. So because of that, they can be fixed. Letters are going out this week as well for them. So and they can get that fixed. So they'll basically replace that for you. So be like getting a new one. All right. Here's this is a little different. Here we go. Here's another one with the same similar issue. This one's only 15 vehicles, though. I like the small numbers. 15 vehicles, 2024 to 2025 model year Escape vehicles, instrument panel replacement on this one as well. Only vehicles built on September 5th of 2024 for this one here. And again, the same thing on this one. Actually, this one only has number 208, the occupant crash protection compliance. Incorrect polyurethane material was used in the production of the instrument panel that may affect instrument panel substrate delamitation during passenger airbag deployment. In the event of a crash necessitating deployment of the passenger airbag, the airbag may not deploy as intended, increasing the risk of injury. I'm really surprised this is not a safety recall, but it is just still listed as a compliance recall. This is 24C38. But listen here, letters are going to go out the week of February 17th to those 15 people. All right. This other one has to do with stripped chassis vehicles, software update on 2024 model year. Only 777, built at Detroit chassis plant January 8th of 24 through August 1st of 24. So on the affected vehicles, the transmission gear position display fails to conform in part to the requirements specified by S3.1.4.1 of Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard number 102, transmission shift lever, sequence, starter, interlock, and transmission braking effect. When the vehicle ignition is switched on and transmission is shifted to a certain gear, fourth gear position on the F59 vehicles and manual on F53 vehicles, the transmission may engage that gear based on the vehicle and engine speed. However, the customer may notice that transmission gear position display indicator on the instrument panel cluster is not illuminated for or M in orange. Thus, the PRNDX will fail to display these gear positions when the transmission is not in park. So this issue does not affect the functionality of the transmission gear selection system. If the transmission gear position indicator fails to illuminate, the driver may be unable to identify the transmission shift position, increasing the risk of a crash. So I guess you can just keep moving it until you are starting to back up. Anyway, so this in here, letters are going to go out the week. Actually, they were mailed out. No remedy is available. No remedy available. Owner letters were previously mailed the week of November 25th, 2024. Remedy available owner letters are expected to be mailed the week of the 17th. So now they have the fix. So back then, I think on the September 30th, we did an advance notice on this. Now they actually have the fix. So anyway. All right. So the last one is, this is actually supplement. This is an advance notice for safety recall 24S79, and this is a supplement number 1. The original one came out January 6th, and that was advanced one. Again, they don't have a fix on this yet, I don't believe. So again, still an advance notice. 20,114 vehicles are affected by this for Corsair and Escapes. So 2020 to 2024 model year Escape, 2021 to 2024 Corsair plug-in hybrids. It's a battery energy control modular reprogram. So it says important, do not plug in vehicles to charge the high voltage battery to maintain a lower charge level in the high voltage battery, reducing the risk of a vehicle fire until a remedy is available. So some of the affected vehicles may contain a manufacturing defect in one or more of the vehicle's high voltage battery cells, which may cause the cell to develop an internal short circuit. The internal battery short occurs at higher times in service as interval battery separator. The damage is induced over time through repeated cell charge and discharge cycles. In this condition, customers will experience a loss of motor power with a red "Stop Safely Now" message displayed on the instrument panel cluster. The loss of motor power increases the risk of a crash. Customers will continue to have 12 volts accessories, steering, and braking control, so that way they can pull over. Customers may also experience battery thermal venting, potentially resulting in the vehicle fire, increasing the risk of a crash. So, and this in here, letters I don't think have gone out yet. Customers will be mailed a remedy not available letter instructing them to refrain from plugging in their vehicle to charge the high voltage battery. This will help maintain a lower charge. So in these cases here, your hybrid's still available. So these are plug-in hybrids, right? So you can go plug in. So you don't want to plug it in, but just use it as a hybrid. That basically is what you want to do if you get that letter. So, and again, that's 20,000 vehicles actually, but there you go. So that's all of the recalls. So the instrument panels.
All right.
What's crazy is that it's the instrument panels on some of the Bronco Sports, but not Mavericks. I don't know. All right. That's that. Any questions on any of those stuff, or any questions so far before we get into the next two topics?
All right. I don't have any questions.
All right.
Yep.
So a couple weeks ago, I did an "Is It True? Can you order or how to get a Lightning?" And I said, well, you can't order one and you can't buy a 25 model year right now. And even though Ford had told us the order banks opened up on the 25 model year, usually F-150 Lightning goes along with F-150 gas version. They kind of like scheduling this week. I didn't mention Lightning separate because it goes along hand in hand with the F-150 scheduling of orders. And so a couple weeks ago, I said, you can't get one right now. You can't order one, and you can't build one, and you can't find one anywhere at one of the replenishment centers, which is how you got a 24. 24, we couldn't order them, but you basically received them or got them at those replenishment centers. Well, looks like we're doing away with those replenishment centers. They are really just actually they changed the name altogether. It's not RRC anymore. It's called something else now. This is like the third different name that they've made on this. But now the order banks, as of this week, opened up for the 25 model year F-150 Lightning, and we're on job 2. So you totally couldn't even order a Lightning. In fact, like I mentioned last time we talked about this, even Ford, like most of your Ford reps and even the marketing managers didn't even know you couldn't order a Lightning. I mean, it was just like, how do I order a Lightning? How does somebody get a Lightning? Oh, you should be able to order one. Nope, you can't. We tried it out. You can't do that. A fleet company can. So I think what happened was job 1 was for fleet companies because they could order them, but you couldn't order one for a customer or for stock. But now it's opened up. As of today, I was able to put in an order. In fact, we were told to put in orders from our Ford rep. Said, you need to place orders. You have 2 allocations and you have no orders. I'm like, we couldn't put in orders. So the fact that you told us that to put in an order means, are they actually open? So we were able to place orders today. So we placed a couple stock orders, and I did put it out on social media, let people know, hey, we're taking orders and we're doing an invoice. So I know there's some other dealers that had commented on my post and said, why are you doing invoice pricing when there's barely any 24s left? They're almost gone. Making it sound like there's not that many, so you should be getting your money out of these. And I'm like, but people aren't buying them. So it's like, we have 3 on our lot that's $15,000 off. 7,500 of that is the tax credit, but still $7,500 off, and they're still on our lot. It's still there. So invoice pricing. And like the other reason is that we have nobody that's placed an order. So I'd rather have a retail order than a stock order.
Yeah.
Which is the same way the reason why we're doing invoice pricing on even a Bronco Raptor, which some people probably think we're crazy on. But again, we'd rather do a retail order than place something and we hope that somebody will like, and then it comes in, it's not necessary. It's they figure out, well, I'll compromise, or whatever. But so you can
We'd
order a
rather
Lightning.
have a customer happy with exactly what they want than someone having to compromise.
So tomorrow we'll have a video we're gonna do. I'll try to do it in the morning, or we'll see with the snow. But anyway, sometime tomorrow I'll have a video on the F-150 Lightning Job 2 changes and remind people that I have a video that I've already done on what's changed from 24 to 25 as well. So that video went live already, and we'll talk about Job 2, and then we'll start working our way through the build and price. Now, here's the kicker. You can't go to Ford.com and build out a 25 right now. But you can go to our website and you can build it out and at least see pricing. The vehicle won't change and the look won't change of it. But to be honest, it's not going to really change anyway by adding some of these things, because there's not a lot of different options for the Lightning. I mean, it's like you choose your trim level, which, I mean, and to be honest, I think the images on there probably aren't quite right. But you choose your trim level, and then from there, there's not a lot of packages. There's just a couple. So we'll go over what's standard, which is the most important on those in separate videos. So we'll see how I'm going to do it, because normally I use Ford's build and price, but I think on the Mach-E, I actually used 24 model year on that when I did those videos. So I'll probably do that, use 24 model years to kind of give you an idea of what that looks like and go over some of that stuff. But so expect those videos this week. So people, if they want to order, they can. And especially if you want to, they're going to start scheduling on Thursday this week. We have 2 allocations. They'll probably both be gone. But we're going to order flashes, so hopefully that seems like what most people are ordering, so that, it'll be, and colors can be changed. So if somebody contacts us and said, oh, I want to order a Lightning and I order a flash, and our flashes get scheduled, well, we can't change it. It's a flash, but we can change the color and we can add some options. So we'll still be able to take that. So you can go, oh, we'll give you the stock order then, and you can get edit invoice. What color do you want? And we'll make those changes to that order. So anyway, so there's that. All right. Probably not many questions on that.
No.
All right. Well, everybody's excited to hear what we're going to talk about today, huh?
Yes. We've been chatting about it.
Well, at least the 74 people that are on here.
We've been chatting about it.
All right. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about meetups. Are they excited about our meetup?
Yes. Well, we haven't been talking about that. We've been chatting.
All right. Well, we were, a couple years ago in Florida, we went to, when I was down there, I was like, hey, you want, some people was like in Florida, like, hey, let's meet up. And I'm like, well, I can meet up with you at Ford's Garage. Anybody wants to. I think we ended up having a pretty good group of people that was there. We filled up a table, and we had some fun there. And so last year we were going to try it and we weren't able to make it, but they still met up, which is really awesome, these communities. And then this year they were like, hey, we're going to meet up again.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys, come on over? So we did. We came over. Ridgeview put us up in his house, and let us stay with him. And we met up with with a bunch of people at Ford's Garage in Winter Garden, Florida, on Hamlin Street or whatever. It's called Ford's Garage Hamlin because it's on Hamlin.
Yes.
But actually, let me pull this up because I don't think I have it. And I'm going to just show you some of the vehicles that were there, because we really get, when we're there, we like talking to the people and seeing what they've done, and did some walk arounds on some of the vehicles and such. So that's why we really didn't do a video, because we were there and it was just like we were just enjoying. We were in the moment, right?
Yeah.
So
I think that's what we're doing with a lot of these meet and greets, where we're seeing the people, we're looking at their cars and whatnot. We're not taking the time to video and take pictures and stop.
We're just
talking to people.
Yep. So that's
because I hate being in the middle of a conversation going, hey, 1 second while I go take this video.
That didn't work out right. There we go. Okay, we'll just go that route.
Start with the Bronco Sport.
Yes, I just kind of have them in order. I think I took photos, and so then they're just in order by how I took them. Now this in here, I believe, is Jack's son's Bronco Sport.
Oh, okay.
And he wasn't going to come over, and he's like, nobody's going to be excited about this because it's not a Bronco. Yeah, we are. So at least we are.
I am.
So actually, you can see to the right of that is Jack's Bronco, right over there. Right? Wait,
Yep.
that's
No.
a 2-door. That's a 2-door. His is a.
That's a 2-door. That's
Is his a 2-door? Yeah, I think his might be a 2-door.
Jack's.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's Jack's 2-door.
Jack's has a 2-door, but he had the soft top on.
Well, he
That's
did
a
on
hard top.
He did on Sunday. He took his hard top off and put it
For Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so there you go. Yes, that's Logan's Bronco Sport, and I think that's his Bronco to the right.
Yep.
So, pretty cool seeing a Bronco Sport there. And so then we also have I'm not sure whose this one is. It's an Everglades, which makes sense, and they really like this, and they were really excited about this because I think they actually go to the Everglades a lot because the Everglades is right there in Florida, right? So they actually wanted an Everglades edition for that reason. But there you go, and they added the grill guard on the front and already had the winch and everything. Really not a lot that looks like it's added, but you'll see a lot of these Florida people with the tops off, the panels off, a lot of cloth tops. Like I said, cloth top love there. Anyway, and then we do have the this red one, and I like the stripe they put on the side. So this in here is a different grill as well. So what they said they liked about this one is like the Bronco grills, like on this, go across and you see the white. Right. Well, if you don't have the LED, so this is a little different. So you don't have those lights going through. So they like this grill a little bit better. And then they have a totally front bumper replacement up here as well. But that one's really cool. Nice 2-door there. I'm not sure whose that was. And then there was this one, which is nice. And you had the teal stripes and there, and so that one. And this one's a cloth top. So, but this one. Yeah, that's a cloth top, but it doesn't look like it's all the way back.
I can tell you who that is.
We traded them with patches and stuff, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get those out of my bag. And cool wheels on this as well. Bug shield and all that. I actually want to get one of those to see if it will really help with less.
That one is Nova the Bronco.
Nova the Bronco. So there you go.
That's my favorite one.
I think he's in here. 4 high, 4 low. Is he in here? I think he is. That's his Bronco right there. We had a nice fun, and we should have done a walk around on that because he kind of showed us that one, and he has a little bit different. He has the minor bull bar in the front with the light bar on there, and but his is Sasquatch as well, and then his you can see the fog lights. He got the 4 light ones.
Yeah. So he said the rear enclosure is by Tuffy Products.
Oh yeah,
he said you wanted to know.
He was showing me that on the back. He had a lot of things he had added to the interior bug shield as well. Yeah, you guys let me know. He's in here. Let me know. Do you with the bug shield on? I want to know with this and like this in here is the one I was looking at. Do you get less bug splatter on your windshield? The question is, did you drive your Bronco for a while before you put that on, and did you see a difference? That's what I want to know. Because you see a lot of that.
Well, Al says he's no cracks in the windshield yet, so he's hoping that the bug deflector also helps with rocks.
Well, I have a crack in my windshield.
Do you have a bug deflector?
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
That's your problem.
See, and this one we did talk to this person. I can't remember what his name was, but he bought this from a dealer like this.
Ooh.
Now, what's crazy about this is a Big Ben 4-door. Right, cloth top. He put it back, and the light and everything on there. That doesn't even have a rear locker, so no rear locker on that. But there you go. So
he's the one with the puppy dog, right?
No, he was the one in the camo.
Oh yes, in the camo.
So,
and he's fairly new to the group.
Yeah,
that was only his second meeting.
Yeah, he was. So, which is really cool. So everybody's very welcoming in these groups. And we're getting to get to Mavericks. I'll show you that. This in here is Francis. That's his Bronco right there, and he bought from McArthur.
Yes.
And he added some things. I like so he added the squared off because that's not how it came. This is a Big Bend. You can tell by the wheels. So Big Bend, so square, but he added the squared off, and he added, I like the vinyl
It
on it.
looks very vintage.
It's got the vintage Bronco on the side, and even the letters on the front. So Big Bend doesn't come with that grill, so he added a grill that looked real similar to the old vintage Bronco. And you see these as well on the side. You don't see
Yeah.
those on the Broncos.
Yeah.
So those are going to be hooked up as well. And he also has that front. So all those people can tell me if it helps or not. Anyway, so his is a 2-door version, and it's pretty cool. So he's done quite a few cool things to his. Not sure whose this one was, but they got the nice lights there, and the nice bumper. Of course, the modular, the front bumper, hard top on this 4-door, but they had the front 2 panels off, and Francis had his off too, and he had a cloth top that you can just kick back, and it's just the 2 of them, so it works out for them. This in here is an Everglades as well, so we had a gray Everglades, and this is an eruption green Everglades. I like the Everglades. And then here's another one. I'm not sure whose this was, but black Badlands version with the letters that match up with the color.
So that one and the black one next to it are husband and wife.
Oh, see, it's
pretty sure it's the one that were sitting next to us.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was sitting talked to quite a bit over there.
Yeah, pretty sure that's theirs. That's his. The green one's hers, and he's done a lot to his.
Yeah, a lot of modification on his. On that. Looks good. Now let's get into Mavericks here. So this in here was Aiden's Maverick that he purchased from McArthur. He lowered it after he purchased it from us. Did not purchase it that way. Looks pretty cool. So you got the carbonized gray with I think it was the black appearance package on it. 24, I think. And then of course it's 24.
Yeah.
And then this in here is this Gino's? That looks like a 25 though. No, this one is no, it's not. This one was Jack's wife. Drove that over.
Jonna.
She drove that over. That's their 25.
That's right.
XLT that they got. But Gino was there with his too. Black with black appearance package. How did I not get a picture of his?
Keep going.
We'll see.
He was further down.
There's Quibidos. Our Quibidos. They drove from Mississippi, right?
Yep.
Brought beads too.
Yeah.
Got them in my bag. I forgot to get them out. Silver with a black appearance package, I believe, right there. And they drove that to Kansas too.
Yeah.
They put some miles on that.
And he gave me her beads so I could give one set to each of my boys.
Oh, that's cool. And then there is Ridgeview's Maverick right there, in case you guys want to know what his looks like.
Yes.
Lariat edition right there with a bunch of things that he's added. The window deflectors on the side, the bug shield on the front. He got the clear coat right. Tonneau cover on the back, which came in real handy.
And he has an undercoat on his.
And an undercoat because he lives in Maine. Yeah, I don't think I have any more. There's the group.
Yes.
For lunch. We counted, 43 people that stayed for lunch.
Besides us. So 45 total.
Oh, 45 total.
I kept saying 43 because I wasn't counting us because I was posting about it. 43 of our YouTube friends made it.
So, but there were some people that didn't stay for lunch. So there's probably close to 50 people that were there.
And while we were all meeting and gathering and waiting to head inside for our lunch reservation, a Maverick pulled up.
Yeah.
He wasn't part of the group. He had no idea that we were meeting or anything going on. So he had just been cruising around with his daughter, and he just pulled up and was like, "What's going on?" and took a look at the other Mavericks. He had added giant speakers. He has 6 speakers in the bed of his truck. So it looks like a bed cover because it completely seals a bed cover with speakers. So it's a bed cover with speakers in it, embedded, facing up. So it's playing music.
Yep. But it's pretty cool. So, and this is an example, and kind of what I want to talk about tonight is that's an example of a community meeting up. So Jack is, I know Jack Evans is in here. He is part of a Central Florida Broncos club. And, he had posted out there, hey, we're doing this meetup. Come on over. I know he put it on the Bronco 6G forum and the Maverick Truck Club forum that we're meeting up if you want to come and such. And man, the Bronco community just came out in droves. And they get together like almost, I think he said almost weekly. That they get together and they eat at Ford's Garage, and they'll stay. They'll meet in an evening, and then they'll go in and eat, and then they'll stick around until almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And just chat and everything, and it's pretty fun. They go on drives as well and everything. So I guess that's my point is to find those different communities out there, and you can find these, like, look on Facebook, look on Instagram, start searching for Bronco. I know on Facebook, if you start searching like Bronco and put in like your area, put in Kansas or put in wherever you might be from. Maybe, if your state is East Tennessee, maybe you do a search for East Tennessee and Bronco. You'll find clubs in the group, in the Facebook group section. And a lot of them are using Facebook because they can put events in there. They can put pictures. They can chat with each other. They can start group chats. Like if they know, hey, these people are coming to the event, then they can start an individual chat with all those people and that are coming just to the event, so they can give them information about the event, right, and that kind of stuff. So that's so a lot of them are using Facebook for that reason. Some are also posting there, having groups on Instagram as well. Now, if you're part of the I don't know if Maverick Truck Club has something with groups on it or clubs.
I don't know if they have a specific tab for it, but a lot of people will make posts like, hey, we're getting together. What does anyone want to get together or form a club? And I think they create group chats with each other to do that. I know that the Pennsylvania, the Carlisle group, they have a group chat that when they hear more people want to join in, they add people to that group chat. And that's how they plan out the Carlisle event each summer.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot of different clubs. I know, like
Ragnarcon says Tri-State Broncos for those of you up here in New Jersey, New York, Western Pennsylvania, Connecticut.
There you go. That's 4 states though. New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania.
Well, isn't New Jersey part? Well,
it's the same. It says Tri-State. There's 4 states listed there.
True.
I'm just being silly. All right.
Don't think too hard about it. It started out with 3 states, and then people kept coming from another state. So
and there's a lot of them. I mean, good luck in Kansas. I think there is a Kansas Bronco Club. In fact, I think I'm like on the admin for it, but it's not real big. You'll probably be more likely to find some Kansas City Bronco Club or whatever, but there's some others. I mean, if you're in Colorado, I know Colorado has a Colorado Bronco Club, but there's also the Mile High Bronco Club, which they're up to like 1,000 members now. And I'm part of the Mile High Bronco Club. Like some of these clubs, you don't have to be from there to be a part of their clubs. Like they're welcoming in of you. Like I'm part of a Michigan Bronco Club, now part of a South Texas or a Texas Broncos of Texas Club. And the Central Florida Bronco Club let me join.
Mile High Club or the Mile High Bronco
Mile High
Club.
Bronco Club.
I'm part of a women's club group on Facebook.
Yeah. So anyway, look for those on Facebook and such. And then also once you're in the clubs, kind of look for different events that are going on. So, and if you're in a Bronco, if you have a Bronco, go to Bronco Nation and they'll put events in there on Bronco Nation. So if you're looking for Bronco events, there's all kinds that you can do. So that's a great way to find the different events. And so find those events and go. And I suggest that you go. You might be like, yeah, I don't know about this. Go hang out with people. You'll you'll make some friends, and you'll find people that you get along with and such. And it's a blast. And it's just hanging out, looking at other people's cars, and you get some ideas, some other things you want to do to yours, and that kind of thing too. But I also wanted to kind of highlight and talk about different events that either myself or I don't know how many of these Sarah's going to, but some events that I plan to attend myself. So if you want to catch up with me at some of the events, here's some of the ones that I'll be doing coming up. So in March, Chris is here. I'll be joining Chris and I think his wife, my wife and his wife at Bronco Off Rodeo. And on Friday, March the 21st, but on Saturday, March 22nd, the Broncos of Texas and the Mile High Bronco Club are getting together at Hidden Falls, Texas. and they're going to do some off-roading. And I heard that the Bronco Sport Club is going to be there as well. But we're going to meet up there and do a little off-road and meet those Broncos of Texas. I wanted to meet those Texas people. So we're going to meet up. We're going to go to that on March 22nd. Of course, in April, you can find us at Bronco Supercell, Townsend, Tennessee. We'll actually be driving up the 23rd, but the event is the 23rd through the 26th. I think Jack is going to be there. Hopefully we get some others. I don't know if I think 23 Badlands is going to be there. We chatted with him, Patrick. I think he's going to be there, and some others from Florida will be there. So hopefully some others come. Anyway, so we'll be there for those dates. And even if you don't have, like Mike McArthur did this, you just if you don't have a Bronco, you can still come to the event and check out the Broncos, hang out with us and such. So there's some people that there is parking. So you can actually park and then you can go into the event, and you don't have to pay the $100 to get in with your Bronco. You can just pay the parking, come in and check out the Broncos.
I do not have a Bronco, and I will still go to these events and hang out.
Yeah, because you went to Bronco Supercell in Colorado with us. And then we do have our Maverick meetup. I think we're going to go. I feel like we want to go back to that Maverick meetup title, because it seems like last year it was almost all Mavericks. And we're going to get those dates out early. Like, we're going to start posting it real soon. July 25th and 26th is when we're doing ours. The collective of the Mavericks that Saturday morning, the 26th, but also coming up for a drive on the 25th. And that kind of thing.
Anyone is welcome to join us for that. We just found that you and I, or at least you, go to enough Bronco specific events that our Bronco members and Bronco followers tend to meet you at those events.
Yeah.
And this is so bringing it back to Maverick specific would be probably good, because then because we can say Maverick meetup and more people with Maverick can.
Well, and here's the deal: the Saturday thing might be more of a Maverick meetup, but that Friday drive is any vehicle. So come on, if you're not a Maverick, you can still come to the event, hang out with us on Friday and Saturday. We're going to go on a drive with you guys and go to different places and meet up with you guys Saturday night or Friday night, and then Saturday, and then even Saturday afternoon. So it's more of a thing. And we are going to get I know that weekend's going to be busy because there's a lot of that's sled that weekend. But we already have working with a hotel to get plotted out some rooms so that they won't be taken up for you guys. So
Alan already got his hotel room.
Did he? So he must be the one, because that talked to Emily. So you gotta ask, find out. I don't know, Alan, if that was you or not, but so Emily was at work and she said somebody called specifically talking about your event. So I'm wondering.
That's awesome, Alan. If that was you, you talked to my sister.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was or not, but if you're staying at the Best Western Plus, that's where we're gonna get those rooms. I don't know necessarily we're gonna be able to get a discount, but I think they want us, plot out some rooms so that they'll save them for us.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Do they have a conference room?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Anyway, and then doing that, and then I don't know if I'm going to get this accomplished or not, but I want to go to Woodward Dream Cruise this year. I think they're going to be a big Bronco event. I don't know. I'm hoping August 16th.
Wow.
Woodward Dream Cruise. They like travel. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going to meet up or whatever, but yes, I'll hoping to take the Bronco to that event August 16th. We'll see. Hoping I can drive up on that Friday, go to the thing on Saturday. Unless they're doing something Friday, then I might drive up Thursday.
Alan says that's where you guys room. So I think you talk to my sister.
Yeah, cool. Also plan to go to Bronco Supercell, Colorado, September 3rd to the 6th, and I plan to do some off-roading. So if you want to go to that, you're a Bronco person, you want to go to Colorado and go off-roading with us, I'm going to do individual drives. So probably, hopefully, with Brian and Melissa, if not on our own. We've gone to enough different places now there that we're just going to go off-roading and do small. I want to get smaller groups than the big drives. So, and I'm not going to limit it to just, so many people, but anybody wants to come along, not like I'm going to be the lead Bronco or whatever, but we just want to hit some trails each of the different days and have some fun. Probably not the Saturday. It seems like they're saving Saturdays for show and shine. So we'll probably off-road. I like to get up there that Tuesday so that we can go off-roading on Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, each of the different days, hit the off-road trails a couple of days and do that. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, I told Lebo that unless there's an embargoed event that Ford's sending us to, I won't be going on any more trips for a while. So, yeah. My kids miss me way too much.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Like today, I got up off the couch. I'm like, I'll be right back. He goes, "Are you leaving?" I'm like, "I'm getting water." He's like, "No, you have to sit by me." Okay, then you go get me my water. Okay.
So we'll see. Also, I have on here that I probably want to do too is because I feel like that Colorado, especially this summer, we'll probably go more of just a trip with the wife and I, but so it won't be a meetup or anything, but we'll probably go to Colorado and go off-roading as
I'll get
well.
to Tennessee one of these years.
It's almost going to be like Colorado this summer is going to be like us pre-riding the trails.
Yeah.
With getting ready. So we'll see. We're gonna.
You have a lot of people talking that they're gonna see you in Colorado or see you in Tennessee.
That's awesome. I think that Rob, we saw him in Colorado, and I think Tennessee last
He's
year.
planning on both.
Yeah.
Al's saying Colorado is a yes.
Oh, good.
Let's see. Al also who said they'll be at Woodward?
Is Ragnicon going to Woodward?
Chris says he and Johnny are meeting up with you in Texas.
Johnny and I.
Yeah.
Are meeting up.
Oh, Rob says he's going to go to Woodward. So it sounds like Rob's going to be at Woodward and Colorado, and Al's going to be at Colorado.
Rob's going to all of them.
Yeah, Rob, you're going to all of them. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Sound like Tim.
Oh, Ragnicon said he's going to do Woodward.
And Tennessee.
Supercell Tennessee is still up in the air.
Oh,
you gotta go.
But you're doing Woodward, so
Tennessee also.
Have you met Ragnicon yet in person?
Not in person. I also Tennessee too. I want to do a small group.
Yeah.
Because we did a drive, and so there's a lot of great drives, especially if you want to get out and experience. You can sign up for the drives through Bronco Driver, and I think that's great, and I have nothing against it. But sometimes when I'm off-roading, I've noticed now that I've been doing it for a while, is that off-roading with a big group, if there's 20 Broncos, there's a lot of slow going stuff. We did that, but when you start going with smaller groups, it's like I don't know, it's a little more enjoyable. It's a smaller group, you can get through it, you can communicate with each other when you stop, that kind of stuff. It was fun because this last year there was a group of about 6 of us or maybe 7 of us that went up Cross Mountain, which is really fun with Brian and Melissa. Yeah. Actually, Melissa was off doing something else. And we had a lot of fun on that one. And then Henry and I went off, and Derek Stedham rode with me, but Henry and I went off on our own and did a really fun drive through Slaughterhouse Gulch. We went up a kind of a hidden back trail to the top of Cumberland Pass, and we had a lot of fun that day. And then Barbara and I did Slaughterhouse Gulch together.
So Rob says he has 5 weeks PTO saved up.
I get 4 weeks, so. And I'm doing a bunch of Friday to Monday, so I get just.
I think 2 days. I'm working on convincing Lebo that we need to go to Colorado that weekend for a Supercell. I'm working on it.
I think
we'll have to bring the kids, and we won't be going off-roading.
Here's what I think we do. Here's what we do. So I think we're working on working with a company that makes trailers, overlanding trailers, and wanting to take them to these different events. And I'm like, well, I'll drive them to the events. We'll drive that trailer. So here's the deal: is I drive my camper, and I think we're letting them loan one of our Broncos to go with it.
Yeah,
the trailer. So then you can take the Bronco with the other trailer with the tent on it, and you can use the tent, and then you put that at Supercell, and then you take the Bronco and go off roading with us.
Yes, we got this.
Anyway, but no, that's where I'm doing. Like Tennessee, I think I'm going to do the same thing where I'm not going to go on theirs because I want to do Parsons Branch, which I didn't do last time, so I want to do that. There's a new trail that I might do with the group, but then I also want to do there's a hill one where you go up over the hill and there's so many pull-offs. I'm like, oh, that looks so beautiful, but as you're driving, so you got to pay attention to the road, and none of them like stops. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm gonna go next year. We're doing a smaller group. We're gonna do the same drive, but we're gonna stop, check out the views and
Yeah.
everything. So I'll do a little bit differently at Tennessee this year, because we'll drive up on Wednesday, get there, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So probably Thursday, Friday will be the 2 drives. So we may not hit that off-road trail because I want to do Parsons Branch. I want to do that other one. But some of them are just like, it's only a morning drive.
Yeah.
So, you know, you kind of have coffee, chat with some people for a little bit, and then you just kind of like, okay, 10 o'clock, let's head out.
Yeah.
And then you're back right after lunchtime, and then you can still hang out with people in the afternoon, and then the next day you can do the other one, and
Yeah.
it's just a morning, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Well,
so we'll have to see.
Now that I have someone to watch my dogs consistently, not so much of a burden.
Yeah.
As long as I can bring kids with me, I'm good.
Yep. So there's that. So yeah, but I know that Mile High Bronco Club does a lot of little different things. The big thing about Colorado, the trails in Colorado, is you got to wait till July before you can go on them because the snow's melting and everything. So we're talking about in June, early June is when Barb and I are going to do an anniversary trip, probably just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
We don't know where we're going to go yet, but we're going to go someplace. We'll take the Bronco with the trailer, the camper, and everything, and we'll probably hit the trails one day or something, but not every day.
Yeah.
And then at some point, we'll also want to go to Moab and do some off-roading with Brian and Melissa too.
Yeah.
So maybe later in June, or maybe that's what we do in July instead of Colorado. I don't know. We'll see. But when I go to Colorado Supercell, Barb won't be able to go. That was too difficult with school's just getting in.
Yeah.
And she can't, the first 4 weeks, she can't really take any time off. So she was able to get 1 day off.
Yeah.
And so that was too difficult. She said next year she's not going to be able to go probably. So anyway, maybe Jeff can go with me on that one because he hasn't had a chance to go and he can do some driving.
Yeah.
So get him in the Bronco.
If we can get me a Bronco, I would. I'll go.
You went that 1 year. So I don't know.
Oh, I miss it. I miss driving off road.
We did Pikes Peak.
Yes, we did.
I need to do Pikes Peak with the mach-e like they're going to this year. Race it up. Anyway, that's funny.
No, you know that I'm the one that drives in the mountains, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Lebo won't go up Pikes Peak for anything.
Oh, Al said that got to ride with for a day with Brian and Melissa guiding at Moab. That we did the same thing with them. They're awesome people. They'll do that. They're like, hey, you guys want to go out tomorrow? Especially if you bring your Bronco and you want to take it off roading, they'll go out with you. They really do enjoy that. Kind of like I would like at these events. I think sometimes people come to the events and like, oh, it won't take any much of your time. I'm like, no, I want to. I truly want to talk to people.
Yeah.
And talk about your vehicles and show me your vehicles. Like people come in here and go, I just want to say thanks and this and this and this, and they're ready to walk away. And I'm like, well, hold on, what did you get? What trim level did you get? What did you this and this? I want to know about your vehicle you bought because I really do, because I think it's exciting to see what they're excited
and
about.
Hearing what they're planning to do to it too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so much fun when the Maverick people show up because they usually have their goodies already to put on it. And they're like, I have this and I have this and I have this. And it's so fun to see. And to see the vehicle before they put it all on and then get pictures after they have it all done. It's so much fun. Yeah.
And I would say, I mean, for everybody, it's a different community. Like for us, it is the Bronco. Like, so your mom went to go get brown shoes. And I don't know if they're watching, but they do watch our videos.
Browns?
So there's a guy that works at Brown Shoes. She went over there to get some shoes and she had a Bronco hat on. And she goes, well, why do you have the Bronco hat on? She goes, well, because I own a Bronco. Oh, I got a Bronco too. Really? Well, what kind? A 6th-gen Bronco and all that. She goes, oh, really? Have you taken off-road yet? And he's like, well, no, I haven't. And I said, well, do you know about Bronco off-rodeo? And she was like selling him on Bronco off-road. He's like, well, you need to go to Bronco off-rodeo because I didn't drive at all until I went to Bronco off-rodeo. And now I love going out. I love driving the Bronco and everything. So it was really kind of fun to see. But he goes, and she'd mentioned different things. She goes, well, do you know there's a guy that makes videos over there. And he goes, yeah, I watch his videos, Tim. She's like, that's my husband. She said, what? So that means Sarah's your daughter.
Yes.
So it was really fun. And so I said, well, we need to remind him because she didn't think about it. But I'm like, well, how long ago did he purchase? And he's like, oh, like five months ago. I said, he's still good. He can get to off rodeo for free. So I was like, just tell him to talk to the salesperson and we'll make sure we get him reimbursed and he can go to Bronco off rodeo and get there without cost. So we'll pay up to $1,000 of that. So anyway, we're having fun with that. There's Aiden right there.
Hey.
We were talking about you earlier, Aiden, but anyway, yeah, so that's fun. But
yeah.
So yeah, and that's what she was saying. She was talking about that and saying, I never would have thought before getting that a vehicle would just change, like that I would be based on buying a vehicle that would have met such a community of people and that I enjoy going and hanging out with and off-roading. She says I never would have imagined.
I think other people who are coming into this community are finding something that like Mustang owners have had. Mustang owners have had their groups and their things, and
yes,
Mustangs of America, and it's been such an enthusiast gathering. And now these Bronco owners, Maverick owners, they're finding out what a car and an enthusiastic outbringing it brings to you. Like this community is amazing.
So what's now, a lot of people may not know this, but for on the media side of things, they have communication teams that they have, and they break it out for the models. And one of them they call is the enthusiast models. So they include Mustang, Bronco Sport into that. I believe there's Raptors, I think.
Yes.
So that's their enthusiast ones, the people that are getting in and getting these communities built. And so they kind of lead that group. And then they have SUVs and they have trucks. But Maverick's become, I don't think they thought Maverick would be, they'd create a community like Maverick has.
Yeah. Well, and I think what helped that community come together was the fact that they couldn't build them fast enough. So everyone's like, hey, have you heard about this Maverick? Or they'd see someone out and go, hey, I've been wanting to get one of those. And, it sparked conversation between people. And the forum blew up because people were like, well, I want information. Like, can we find a pattern? Can we do this? Can we do that? And so a community's just blown up with it.
Our community really started with the Maverick. I mean, we can talk about the Bronco and stuff that we do, and I love my Bronco, but this live stream and the community that has been in the members has really been created from the Maverick community. So the Maverick community wanted information. They wanted, how long this has taken a long time. They wanted to know what this process is like by ordering a vehicle and waiting.
Yeah.
And that's how the live stream started. It was a live Q&A about Maverick stuff. And it's kind of gone from there. And then we found out there's a Bronco community as well that wants information and wanted that information, that we started branching out to them as well. And then of course, as we got to our Bronco and started going to these, because the first year I didn't really go to these Bronco events.
Right.
I mean, I didn't. I mean, now this is the third Tennessee event that I'm going to. I think Tennessee was the first one I went to. And then after we went to Tennessee, I like, oh, this is fun. So we went to the Wisconsin one, and then we had fun at that. And then you and I went to the Colorado one. And
that's where I really felt like it opened its arms to me. I was just like, I don't own a Bronco. And they're like, oh, but there's this and this. And I was able to keep up with them talking, but I actually felt like I found my people.
Yeah.
Like I can talk all day long with these people about cars, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, whether it be Maverick or Bronco, we love that community. So yeah, it's fun getting a part of the community. So if you are, I mean, and maybe you're out there, and like most of the people that are watching our live stream are Maverick or they're Bronco people. They might be EV, right? Because in the EV community is also one too. There's a bunch of people in that EV community, and so there is a mach-e community and a lightning community as well. I know there's a main Lightning Group of America, and they actually have one that's the Midwest Lightning Club, but actually they reach out to everybody everywhere. And I'm part of that club, and they'll go to the electrified expos, and they'll do other meetups. Like the EV people will do a lot of meetups as well.
Yeah.
And so that's the other community that I don't really, that sometimes we don't
Yeah.
always think about,
Well,
but that EV community as well, because they go through the pains and struggles together
yes.
of charging, or people saying, I can't believe you have an EV, or I
Yeah.
never own an EV. So that's a community as well. Again, the pain points that you guys went through
Yes.
together, whether it be Maverick or Broncos waiting for your vehicles, or the EVs of, driving and everything like that. So anyway.
Yeah. Salesman name is Kelly.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kelly at Brown's Shoes.
okay.
So
I might do some digging and see if we can reach out to him.
Dan was a salesperson.
Oh, okay.
So anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, at Carlisle when we were there, Ford recognizes Maverick Truck Club as an enthusiast club now.
Yep.
They are a actual Ford
Performance Club.
Yeah. Which is incredible. Only what, 2 years after they started coming out?
Yeah. So
I wonder how fast like Maverick or Mustang was recognized, or the other clubs that are actually like Ford registered. I wonder how fast they became that. Well, Maverick, was a year or two in.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, with that in mind, I'm working on something. I know at those Bronco events they do giveaways. They do raffles and such. So I'm working on doing something that we can also be included in the giveaway. Like we can get some stuff from us here and from our performance aftermarket. So we'll see. We'll hopefully get talk with Bronco Driver and get something set up with them to have some giveaways from either the dealership or the performance dealership, or whether it be from us or something. But hopefully we'll work with them and do something special. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll hopefully have something at the Tennessee one and Colorado too, maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll see about doing that. So.
All right. So I have some comments in here.
Okay.
I'm not sure who this is. Marino Mac KU. If you guys don't know, Tim is the best guy to get a car or truck from. I've known Tim for over 3 decades and one of the best.
You know who that is, right?
No.
That's my best friend Donnie from college.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's a big Dan Marino fan. So Marino Mac KU. He's a KU fan.
You mean Uncle Donnie?
Yeah, so he posted that last night, and if you look at the time stamp, it was last night. Sometimes he jumps on and sees me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uncle Donnie is how I knew him.
Yep.
All right, we have 4 High 4 Low said that he enjoyed the Apopka Wildlife Drive. We enjoyed that as well.
Yes. So we forgot to mention that.
We were
saw
trying to figure out what to do, and he saw river boats that you could go on a riverboat tour.
An airboat
tour. And so we were thinking about that, but then they mentioned the Apopka Wildlife Drive, and that was so much fun. One, less impact on the wildlife because they aren't getting startled by the fan boats. It's 11 miles, I think. It's 11 miles long. It takes about 2 hours to drive it at 10 miles an hour. So it's a lot of fun. I feel like 4 High 4 Low said that they counted 125 alligators. We didn't see that many, but it was a lot of fun still. We saw a lot. It says it's a bird watching trail, but really we weren't there to watch birds. We were there to see alligators. The birds were cool too, but Tim rode with Jack and I rode with Rich and Annie, Chuck and Annie.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because, you'd be up there and you're like looking at something and you're like, oh, back there.
Oh, I'm good at spotting that stuff.
Like, what's he looking at? And I couldn't see the babies that you pointed out.
I was like, we were pointing down at them, and I'm like, yeah, there's babies down there. All right, so here.
Oh, there's Stacy Nova. We just pointed out your Bronco Nova, or Stacy.
So here.
We had to take a picture.
So if you guys, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Here, let me see if I can get another one put in there. Um, here. As soon as we get it in there, I'm getting these off my phone, so give them a second here to
Yep.
upload. But so you see that there. That is an alligator behind us. So I don't know if you can kind of see
You
it, but
right there behind your arm.
yep. So in between Sarah and I is that alligator. So people are like, I don't think I could do that. But if you look on to the left of the photo, there's a rail there.
Yeah, and there's a cement barrier about that tall.
Yeah. Not that they probably couldn't get up there, but yeah. Where's the other picture? Did it upload? Here. So there's the picture of the alligator from a different angle. So it's there kind of sleeping, but there's some big ones in there. We were finding their babies and everything.
Yeah.
So there were some pretty cool ones in there, but yeah. So that was a lot of fun. So yep. So a lot of fun, and yeah, a lot of alligators. It was fun seeing those and fun driving along and hanging out. But yep.
Thank you, Jack. You gifted 5 memberships.
All right. Well, got him. Who got him?
It looks like Current Event Nerd, Evolved Paul, Tom D, Aaron Louvier, Boone Stevens all got gifted memberships.
All right.
Joe says keep doing the Super Duty Saturdays. Lots of info.
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that because I don't know, some of you in here may not know, but I was about ready to stop those because I had some rough comments on some others. So make sure you're giving me the positivity on some of those because, yeah, I wasn't sure, but they're liking the info. So
Yep. All right. So Timothy asked, looking for opinions as my Maverick is scheduled to be delivered soon on if I should get rust protection, undercoating, and extended warranty, possibly through Granger. So extended warranty is a base-to-base perspective. Are you leasing? Are you what are your situations? It's good to talk about that with your finance manager or salesman. Undercoating, I know our moderator Ridgeview lives in Maine, and so he has sand and whatnot kicking up because of how they do their roads. So he chose undercoating to keep everything safe underneath there. It's really good if you do, need to have that extra protection under there. And then rust protection, if you're talking like a clear coat, ceramic, things like that, I do personally suggest those. I have it on all of my vehicles. Not only does it help with rust, it helps with your color not fading in the sun. It also helps with dings and chips. It can help strengthen it a little bit and give you an extra little barrier. It also wicks away dirt. So if you're going places and it doesn't get as dirty as fast, it just wicks it away when you wash it. So it also protects from micro scratches, things like that. It's going to get through that clear coat first before it's going to hit your paint. So it does help your vehicle look nice for longer. You can always refresh that every few, I think they say 4 to 5 years. If you're getting a ceramic coat, that's your hard shell that you're going to get on there. If you do a Pro Pack, you want to do that every 2 years. And that's just a nice little buffer clear coat that goes on. It's not as hard as a ceramic. So, yeah.
Now the warranty thing. I know Granger's done a lot of advertising about their extended warranties and everything, and looks like they posted on all the forums. But do know that any dealer can match what they're doing. They're not doing anything that any other dealer can't do. It's just they're advertising it. That's the only difference. And so check with your dealer and you can even let them know, well, Granger Ford's doing this, and I can just get my extended warranty through them. They're a Ford dealer. they'll match it. So that's usually done through a finance department, but you can get an extended warranty from your Ford dealer that you purchased the vehicle, roll it into your loan amount if you want, purchase it separate, however you want to. But it's just like with anything else on the price of a vehicle, there could be some negotiating to be done on that, but just let them know that, hey, Granger Ford, whatever. You can always price quote. Go to Granger Ford, find out what they're going to charge you for it, and ask the dealer to match it.
And you don't
just get it done at one place.
You don't have to buy it at the time of purchase. You can buy an extended warranty later.
Usually, if you do it, what the benefit of doing it at the time of purchase is you can roll it into your paperwork. You do it later, then typically you can't.
Yeah. For instance,
you gotta pay cash.
I paid off my C-Max. I went ahead and bought an extended warranty about 2 weeks later, just to make sure I had that.
I think somebody had asked, is there any problems with uncoding a hybrid?
No, that's actually what Richview has. He has a hybrid.
His is a hybrid, yeah.
No issues.
I mean, because it's basically a spray. Like what the spray and liner material is, that's kind of what it is underneath. And so it kind of sprays some of the stuff. So they spray the protected stuff, right? So it should be fine.
So yes, as Aiden pointed out, it mitigates chips and scratches. It does not completely protect it from happening. If you want to completely protect from chips in your paint, a PPF, a clear wrap, would be the way to go, or wrapping it in another color. That would help the most. Yeah. Of course, if you have the right size of rock, it's going to cause a chip.
Yeah.
So there's ways to protect it. Mm-hmm. There's only so much you can do.
Yep.
But yes, I'm a huge advocate for a protection package on it. Let's see. We need to go out west sometimes. Right?
Need to.
We're working on it.
I mean, if you get kind of like they did in Florida, that hey, we're gonna have this many people. We're gonna have people here. Carlisle did the same thing. They're like, hey, would you come out? And we're like, hey, if you get 25 people signed up, maybe that'll help you get them signed up. We'll come out to Carlisle, and so they did. So we're like, okay, here we come, and that kind of thing. So, I mean, you get a big enough group, then we can work it into it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Do you know anything dealers can do that didn't know they had to submit time of sale report to the IRS in order for the customer to claim the tax credit?
Do you know anything dealers can do that didn't know? Well, dealers should have known. Are you talking about the dealers didn't submit so the tax credit now, as of the start of 2024 calendar year even, is that you got that tax credit when you purchased the vehicle. It came right off the price, and it was up to the dealership to submit that paperwork to the IRS. And they should know what to do. Ford has been working with dealers since last year of what they needed to do, how they need to sign up. Like we did all that and everything else. So that should be the deal on the dealer to do that. But but now for 25 model year, there's only none of the mach-es qualify unless you're leasing, I believe. And then at that point, the leasing company gets the money, not the person. But what they do is then they discount, they give you a rebate. So that Ford will give you a rebate because they get the tax credit on the lease. But otherwise, the only thing that really gets anymore is the F-150 Lightning. So and I think it's only on the XLT and Pro version in Lariat under $80,000 vehicle, basically, I think gets it. So Lightning still qualifies, but everything else doesn't qualify. Even your plug-in hybrid, they don't qualify anymore. Used still qualifies if it's under, as long as they price it under 25,000, then you get $4,000, or I think something like that. As long as the purchase price is 25,000.
Yeah.
So, but
all right. How many Super Duties does Ford produce per month?
I don't know. It's a good question. I'm thinking 25,000.
That's what he wants to know also.
I think it's 25,000.
Okay. Do we know how many of those would be F-450s roughly?
5%. As of this, what they're scheduling for April production dates is supposed to be 5% of the production will be F450s. And that F450s do not have a separate allocation. It's still based. Like for us, we have like 25 allocations or something like that. I can't remember what the number is. Actually, I think it's 47. I don't know. We got like 47 Super D allocations this month coming up, but it doesn't mean that 5% of those will be 450s. It's 5% of the production that Ford's going to do will be that. So it may not be that breakout, but but still, all 450s, 350s, 250s all come out of that same allocation number for a dealer.
Yep. What did everyone think about the Jeep commercial?
I wonder if somebody was going to bring that up. So I thought it was okay. So I'm going to put it out here. I think it was a clever commercial.
Yes.
It was, because most of it was about, what Jeep brand is about. It's about, the community. It's also about the community, the hand wave and that kind of stuff, and going through there. And the freedom. What's funny is they kind of use the freedom to choose, because they talked about whether you like the roar of the engine or the quiet or whatever, if you want to plug in hybrid and that kind of stuff, and giving you options. Well, not that you can get that option on a Bronco, but Ford's been giving you power of choice. I mean, they came out with that like a year ago. With the power of choice, saying that we're going to provide you with options for hybrid, a plug-in hybrid, full electric or gas, however you want. You choose. We're going to make those. So I thought it was clever. Now, the thing about and I do think that, bringing up, not that it hurts my feelings or anything, but when they talked about the inspiration and we inspire others, and they're right. I mean, Bronco actually targeted Jeep with the Bronco. Now, the Bronco been working a long time before it came out. They worked on it for like many years before that to bring the Bronco back. But don't forget, Bronco was around back in the 60s. It's been around for a long time now. Now, one of the things a lot of people are pointing out, and it is true, is that Jeep that they showed dropping out, being in the war and everything. Don't forget that was actually made by Ford. So if you look at some of the history and all that, you were actually looking at that thing that Mike Levine posted.
Yes.
So what was it, like in 41 or something, where actually Jeep purchased
44.
It was 44 that.
Well, 44 is when Ford and them went to court and they got a cease and desist. That's when that happened. I'm not sure when they bought it from Ford.
Because they were the military needed plans, and they put together some plans, right? And Willys couldn't produce the number that they needed. The military needed a bunch of these made, and Ford had that production level to be able to make them. So Ford produced the Jeep for the military.
Yeah.
Right. And then at a certain point, then Jeep purchased the name from them, or Willys purchased the Jeep name, right?
What happened is that they had the blueprints for that Army Jeep to be made, and Willys took it and copied it spec for spec. That's where the cease and desist came from that Mike Levine shared.
There you go.
They paid $1.50 in fines for that cease and desist.
Yeah. They just want to make the point.
Yes.
But besides that, that is what it is. A lot of people know that history now. And then the thing about the Ford at the end was just, it's kind of funny. But a lot of people ask, why didn't Ford put any commercials out there? So you notice Ford and GM did not have commercials.
Why pay to put a commercial out when you're already doing well enough?
So Bronco's outselling the Wrangler right now. There's a reason why Jeep and Stellantis put out 2 commercials. Didn't they do a Ram commercial?
Yes.
And they did a Jeep commercial, because they need help.
Yeah.
They need to help sell the brand and sell the vehicles, because they are not outselling Ford right now. Ford is actually beating them right now. And like I said Wednesday, and I said in my video on Built Wild Wednesday, is Ford is out to beat. They want Bronco to beat the Wrangler. They're going to do whatever it means and whatever it takes, whether it means throwing out big rebates, whatever it means, cheap leases, whatever it is. They're going to make sure they provide the best possible offers, and the production levels will be there to have the inventory to beat them.
Yeah. Now, I feel like, I don't know how many Jeep commercials I saw at like Christmas time, but the Target commercials showing the Bronco kept popping up for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe they spent more time advertising during the holiday season, and they're like, let's not even worry about the Super Bowl. We're doing great. We don't need to spend the money that takes to advertise there.
Yep.
Just leave it alone.
Well, look at Ford's commercials. They don't really talk about like the competition. Manufacturers that are doing well, they don't talk bad about their competition. They just talk about their manufacturer, their product, right? So people that are at the top just talk about their products. People that are
Mhm.
behind, they've got to bash with who's in front of them to hope that you pick theirs. That's the way I look at that. But overall, I think it was a clever commercial. Using Harrison Ford, I don't know, but
Yeah.
it was kind of, I mean, it was kind of clever. I think, them passing, which funny is they showed them passing a Bronco on an off-road thing, but that's probably the off-road. I don't know, because that's not how it happens out there on the trails. I mean, it's not like, oh, we're gonna race you or whatever.
No.
That's kind of silly. But if you look, we didn't talk about this earlier, but King of Hammers, Ford came in first, second, third in the stock class when there's a bunch of Jeeps in that class, and Ford took
Yeah.
first, second, third.
Well,
So let's talk about off-roading. We want to talk about off-roading and
Well, then you
racing
have-
off-road.
Rebel. It's not racing, but at the same time, how many of those?
But Ford, what is it? Ever since the Bronco was introduced into King of Hammers, they have won every year.
Yeah.
So
Did
anyway, what I'd like to see is, what do they do that? They do
What's his
that.
name?
They do a race there in Vegas, like Reno to Vegas or
Yeah.
something, and they always like Chevy's been in it and everything else, but I don't think Jeep's in it.
Did Bon get race this year?
I think so. Yes, but I don't think he was in the stock class.
Okay.
So there's a stock
That's
class,
right, because
and there's
he
like
would
a
be
4600 class or something.
because he makes changes to his.
Mods it. So there's a couple different classes.
Because he's won King of Hammers several years.
Yeah. So there's I think the 4600 class is the modded up class, and so that's where you'd see Bronco DR and that kind of stuff.
Even that, you're having modded Broncos, where you have all these other models also modding their vehicles to try and be the best.
Yep. Well, and if you looked at the stock class, and you'd think that it would be Raptor totally annihilating that and winning that, but if you looked, I don't think it was. I think it was like a Badlands Bronco.
Sometimes it's the driver.
So anyway, so that's my take. It was like I said, it was a clever commercial. And I think it's funny how on some of the things they did, but again, I mean, am I offended and mad at him? No.
No. Oh no, it looks like Ford enthusiast said. I said, oh no, it looks like Han Solo went to the dark side.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, it was clever, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Did they really did they need it? Now they could have. Okay, just having Harrison Ford in the commercial to begin with could have been kind of like Ford, right? But I mean, like them passing the Bronco probably didn't need to be.
Yeah.
But where they put it in there, saying that some copy whatever, well, that's fine. And that's competition is actually good. So it helps the off-road community. And what's other thing is that Jeep and Bronco can coexist in off-roading. It's because Jeep started the off-road community and built that community. They really did. And so I give 100% kudos to that.
Yeah.
And not to bash any Jeep, the Jeeps and whatever, because they are great vehicles. And especially when I'm off-roading with Jeeps, they are probably really capable. It's, sometimes they're like, well, there's no way that a Bronco can ever be more off-road capabilities. I'm like, well, if that's true, then they'd be winning King of Hammers for one.
Yes.
But besides that, I mean, okay, so let's drive it home now. We've gone off road. I still got a 12-hour drive home. I'm going to enjoy that drive home but in my Bronco. Try to enjoy that drive home in a Jeep. You're not going to.
Yeah.
It drives so much. I mean, they just need to drive it, because they will see it is in my opinion, like I said, I took a Bronco home one time and turned around halfway home. A Jeep. It took a Jeep home one time, and halfway home.
A Bronco home and it never left your driveway.
Well, you know what? Here's the other thing. I got into one. You get into one of those, and you don't know what year it is. Like you
That's
can't
right,
you
yeah.
can't tell. Like you can get into one and go, man, this is probably a 2020.
That's
And you start looking at it and going, oh, that's a 2024. Wow.
that's Jeff's quip every time.
Yeah.
What year is that? I think that's a 20 something. Oh no, that's a 24.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they haven't updated, but now that Ford's come out, and Ford did target the Wrangler. They got the Wrangler and asked people, say, what do you like? What do you like and what do you dislike about your Jeep Wrangler? And then they
Mhm.
took the Bronco and made sure that it took care of the things that people didn't like and had the things that they did like. So did I
Yeah.
say that right? Anyway.
So I had a question today from someone that called in, and they said manual four-door, or Ford came out and said that all four-door Broncos will now have ventilation to the back seat.
Automatics only.
But
Automatic
he said
four-doors.
Ford's been pushing this and saying we now have ventilation to the back seat on all four-door Broncos. And
Okay.
that he was like, they've been pushing it and saying, this is something we listened to the customer and we delivered. And that's been their pitch. We listened to the customer and here you go. And he's like, but then I ordered mine and then I was watching Tim's video and he said on automatic only.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, is this true? And I was like, yeah. He's like, do you know why? I was like, well, it's due to the transmission.
I think the shifter there.
The shifter, yeah.
That's what Ragnar Conant said.
Yeah. There's less room with a
There's
manual.
There's a
Well, and if you
reason
think about
why.
it,
I mean, I don't know.
if you think it, manual transmission probably is a lot bigger and bulkier because of what's needed for it, while an automatic doesn't have as much going on.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, that's disappointing. Mine's coming in, and I thought I was going to have it vented in the back.
Nope.
So he'll be getting his, but he had that question, and I thought I'd bring it up tonight because not a lot of people.
Nope, doesn't have it.
So, which then I got to tell him, Tuesday nights, join us if you have any more questions.
Yep.
Ridgeview says Betty misses us. It got to the point where she was chilling on my lap for every car ride.
Yeah.
She's like, Sarah's my new friend. All right. Ragnarcon says we should skip SEMA and do King of Hammers.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's skip SEMA and go to King of Hammers and do that.
I don't know.
Okay. Why have I never seen a Maverick TV commercial on the TV? They don't need it. They don't need to advertise.
They're out now.
Maverick.
They're out now.
Yeah.
Keep watching. There's commercials that they just launched on Friday about affordable $30,000 vehicles, and they talk about the Maverick and the Bronco Sport. So
yeah.
they're out now.
Before now, they couldn't advertise because they couldn't deliver.
They didn't. Yeah, they didn't need to. So, and they've waited till now because now they know that they're starting to deliver to dealers. So that's why I waited.
All right. Does the tax credit apply to 24 Ford Ranger? First, I heard about this.
Tax credit, no. Tax credit we're talking about is the EV tax credit. So, is whatever, and so there isn't a Ranger EV. So,
yes. Last question: is there a certain day of the week that they scheduled Super Duty, like Thursday or every Wednesday? I have an F450. They will usually
every model schedules on
every Thursday. Model schedules
well, not every week, but Thursday is the day they schedule orders.
Yes. So if you're waiting to hear from your dealer on if you're scheduled or not, check with them Thursday or Friday. Yeah,
it's typically they're done by Thursday by noon or 11, but not always. So sometime in the afternoon.
All right. Y'all need to check out my new Ranger. I worked with Juggernaut USA in a creating a prototype, now turned to production, a full undershield protection plates cover drive shaft and cat converters, and etc.
Catalytic converters.
Do you have video? Do you have a YouTube channel that we can go watch?
Mm-hmm.
For dealer holdback, is there a month limit that they hold back percentage or starts to decay?
Dealer holdback. So there is holdback that you get.
But at some point, if you have it here for like, let's say
if it
360
runs
days,
out.
does that start to decay? Like you start to lose it?
They changed how that works now, because now it's a percentage of your MSRP at the very beginning, and then after and then it's gone or whatever. So they did change how that works now.
Okay. Because he was wondering if you have a vehicle on the lot too long, could you potentially lose that holdback entirely?
So the way it used to work was your holdback cash that you got should be good for 3 months, is the way it really works. And so basically, if you, and like our goal was to sell it within those first 3 months, so that we didn't have a negative there. But also you have vehicles that you sell in the first month, but you're still getting the holdback for 3 months. So it's kind of a give and take. Now it's done a little differently, and I can't remember. I know we talked about it on a lot walk before, but I think it's a flat percentage now that they're doing, and so they're doing it differently than they used to. Like the traditional holdback way of doing things, I think you just get it at the beginning, and then it's or something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I'll have to look that up, but I think it's a percentage now instead, and so you just you want to sell them just fast.
Yeah,
you don't want to
turn and earn.
Yeah, turn and earn.
All right, those are all the questions I had.
Anything else? Nothing else?
That's it.
All right. Well, that's not anything. Let's see, 9 o'clock. See, even when we think like I thought it went long, still it's only 9 o'clock. So
because we took out those scheduling notes.
But still, that's only 20 minutes. Because today's was 18 minutes.
But if you think about it, 20 minutes for the video, but then we also have more questions being dropped in due to that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Correct. So, all right. Well, that's nothing else. I think that's all we have. So, anyway. And so, yeah. We'll see. We have any snow yet? We're supposed to start at 6 p.m. Hopefully not.
I can't see. There's too much reflection.
All right. Well, anyway, I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the topic. I think a lot of people were really looking forward to the topic and everything. So hopefully you guys are part of a community out there and you can find one to join, and, maybe even go to some of these bigger events, especially if like you're in a Bronco, go to a Supercell and you get connected. Like I know Supercell Tennessee, a lot of the different groups, especially in around Tennessee, will make sure they're there and they have representation and everything. I know, like, Kansas or whatever. I know there is, for those that are in Kansas, there is a Midwest Bronco Club that meets as well, and it covers a lot of states. But yeah, you can get into different clubs and different groups and everything. And like I said, Maverick groups as well. Find those, search for those. Like I said, a lot of them are on Facebook. So go to the Facebook groups and search for like Maverick and maybe put in your state or your area. If you're, some of those states have, like, I know Tennessee has Eastern and Western Tennessee and, Western Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky. So you can do that search for, and then put Maverick in there and all that and find your groups. Maybe even like Maverick Truck Club, you can search for that as well and that kind of stuff. And then find those different groups so that you can get in there and then find out about events that are going on and everything. So that's actually how we were able to, actually a couple of different events, the one that we just went to, but also in the one in Colorado that I went to, the Strop Bronco one, was Mach-e Bronco Club. That was an event they had put on. So, so you can find those different events. So anyway, so that's the thing. Get in those communities, and that's where we're kind of focusing on this year is that, like when I look at like the things that I'm doing, we went to this event, which was about a bunch of different, people in the community. And we're going to Bronco Off Rodeo, but then we're going to join the Broncos of Texas Club, down there in Texas. And then we're going to Supercell, which is a bunch of different joining groups together, and then a Maverick meetup with different Maverick groups, and, and then Bronco Supercell Colorado. It's just it looks like all of the stuff we're doing is going to be getting part of the communities. Because now we feel like, at least for Barb and I, we feel like we've gotten a lot of friends that we've found and become really good friends with from these different groups.
Yeah.
Think about Brian and Melissa, that we really got to know at Colorado Supercell. And now they're real close friends of ours that we can, just text and say, how are things going, and support each other when, things are down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, you have different groups. I mean, for us too, some of the journalists like meeting up with Dave and Kelly, and we've
Yeah.
got the chance to talk to them at some different events and
Allie
everything.
and
Allie and all these people, and Laura that's usually in here, and she's not tonight, but I'm sure she's busy closing a deal or something at work. But those different groups, and they just love getting together and getting together at these different events, and so it's a lot of fun. Well, and even the community we've built right here on this channel.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's a great community, and I know that those people down in Florida, as we were there, they were actually talking about times they were going to be meeting up in the coming weeks there in Florida.
Yeah.
I know that. I think, some of them are meeting up, and I know Ridgeview is going to meet up with Gino and some of those down there. And I know that Jack and Ridgeview get together. And I mean, that's pretty awesome to hear that even people that have met on this live stream get together and hang out together as well, and have exchanged, information and such.
Well, like Ridgeview met up with Rod on his way back home, or way to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
When he picked up his Maverick.
Well, and Mike McArthur went up when he was up in the main area.
He went and saw him.
Yeah, he went and saw him because he was in that. Hey, I'm going to be in that area. So he just thought, hey, I want to be in your area, your neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be around, and we can, see each other or whatever. And I know that when we did Supercell, Mike McArthur came over and joined, Jack and Jonna and us at dinner, and it's pretty cool. So enjoy those friendships, and thank you guys for being such a great community and a great group here on the live stream, because it's really your guys' community here. So we just happen to be the vessel.
Yes.
So anyway, all right, I think that's all I have. So is Melissa getting the Broncos sport back anytime soon? I'm not sure. They haven't told us. I know it was actually, I think it is, because I think, well, they have several Bronco sports. So the one from the last event, I don't think they have it back yet.
Yeah.
But they have their others, because I know it.
Was it Sparky?
King of Hammers, theirs was in a marketing thing that they did.
I'm pretty sure that's the Sasquatch.
Well, I don't think it was. I don't think they've gotten it back yet. Maybe they did transport them back, because I know that they had those there and they had to bring them back for King of Hammers, so they probably delivered it back.
Yeah, I think the Sasquatch that she drove for Rebel was the one that you saw in the pictures.
Okay, so probably so then.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Melissa's. Yeah,
we'll be chatting with them here. Well, at some point I need to get connected with them, because I know that they're also going to spend a long period of time doing some off-roading in a undisclosed location. So that, they're going to have some time to themselves as well for a little bit. So
that's good.
Yeah,
that's always good.
Yeah. Anyway, so all right. Well, I think that's about it. So all right. Well, I think that's we'll call it a live stream. Thank you for joining us, whether it be on the podcast or on the live stream here on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. And other than that, I think we're good to go. So
all right.
Stay positive, be kind to one another,
and be kind to yourself.
We'll see you later.